You know, fans and some people in the media have kind of labeled Lara as the next boogeyman. Nobody wants to fight him, this, that, and the other. Here you are, you say, no, I want that fight. Give me this guy. And then all of a sudden fans are like, oh, Ishe Smith, he's crazy. I don't know why he's trying to fight Lara. Lara will be. Does it surprise you to hear fans kind of react like that when someone does step up and want to fight a quote-unquote boogeyman?
Fans, fans can be, sometimes they're delusional at some point. It takes a lot of heart, a lot of balls, a lot of guts to get in that ring. And I've done it 30 sometimes in my professional career. I've done it sparring countless Hall of Famers. And anybody, even the guy that has a losing record, takes a lot of balls. So I just find it ironic that you can sit back behind your keyboard or sit on your couch and call another man out for doing the sport. But they do it with all athletes, basketball players, baseball players. It gets old sometimes. And the greatest thing about Twitter is the block button, because I don't hesitate to block someone, man. I don't even deal with it. I just block them.
You ain't lying, I use that block button every now and then too. Well, tell us about Lara himself. I mean, when you see Lara, when you see him in the ring, obviously, you're a very technical fighter. I know when fans see him, they're like, oh, he's the next Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really put him on a level, despite the fact that, Angulo was able to touch him up, drop him a couple times. I've seen other fighters able to touch him. What do you see in Lara?
I see a typical guy from Cuba. He's not no Casamayor. I think Casamayor of my time is one of the best fighters to ever come out of Cuba that I've watched personally. And a lot of respect for Casamayor. I don't think he's him. I don't think he's that guy. And he's been down more times than a prostitute in Las Vegas, man, on the strip. I mean, you got to call a spade, man. And, I've never been down. I've been in there. I fought Randall Billy when I had, 13 fights? He had more knockouts than I had fights. And I've never touched the canvas, never even been hurt. So I think it's intriguing. I like pressure. I like being put in the corner and somebody telling me I can't do this, I can't do that. I like to be, like my man AB said, the can man, but I'm a different can man. I like to show people what they can do and don't listen to people tell you what you can't do. So it's interesting. So if the fight can be made, man, it'll be a blessing. I'll be more than willing to go in there and let it all out and put on a good performance.
One of the knocks on Lara, if there is a knock, is that he still kind of fights with somewhat of an amateur style. Assuming that fight does come to fruition, do you think you'll have to force the action in that fight? And if so, will you feel? Because I know you like to counterpunch. I know you're a very defensive fighter. So if that fight did come to fruition, do you feel like you would have to force the action, or would you just stay in your style?
I think if you look at it. You look at him and you look at me. I think he's gotta. When I come to it, I'm gonna dictate what I want to do, and he's probably gonna try to dictate what he wants to do. But I just gotta dictate what I want to do. I don't think I gotta be forced to do something out of the ordinary. I'm just gonna go in there and stick to the game plan, and whatever my coaches tell me was the game plan, no matter if it's him or anyone else. I'm gonna do my best to stick to that game plan, and like I said, it will be an honor. It will be one of those things that will keep cementing my legacy. I'm not done yet. I always said I wanted to go till I was 40, and I've already set history with becoming the Las Vegas firstborn and raised in Las Vegas champion, and this will just cement my legacy even more, because after I beat him, if the fight's made, then what can they say? What can excuses? I can't wait if the fight happens to go to my Twitter timeline in the locker room and see what everybody's saying, because they said everything when I was fighting K9. I wasn't strong enough. He was gonna knock me out. I hadn't fought nobody, man. I heard it all. And then when I beat him, crickets. So I wonder what they're gonna say when this happened, and what the writers gonna say, because most of the writers have never fought a day in their life. And that's one thing I respect about you, is that you don't get personal with the fighters. You may have your opinions and you may say sidebars, but it's never personal. It's never, oh, I'm glad so-and-so lost because we don't have to see him on the card now. We don't have to see, you know, it's just, like if you have that kind of opinion, keep it to yourself, especially if you've never done it. Most football announcers have played football before. They've done it. And if you never boxed before, you don't know what it is. So I don't want to hear your negativity if you just sit around and you drink beer and you go to fights and you claim you know so much about the game and all you do is show up at fights and drink beer and report on it.
Wow, Ishe Smith on the soapbox.
Yeah, man, the writers, just some of the writers, man, not all of them. I have a couple I'm really close with and that I really respect, you included, and I have a couple more that I'm really close, but just some of them, man, are annoying. We lay our hearts and soul in that ring, and like I said, even the guy that don't have much talent, he puts it all in the ring, and so for me to sit back and read somebody criticize that, is just, it's amazing. Why? For your viewing pleasure, you want this guy who's there for the guys that can't speak no more. I mean, who's cutting their checks? Where are you at when you was reporting, oh, Meldrick Taylor was so great, Gerald McCullough was so great, did you see the fight with Nigel Benn? Oh, did you see when Meldrick Taylor fought Chavez? Oh, what a fight. Are you reporting on him now? Where is he at now? You putting money in his pocket now? Because those guys are like brain dead now. He gave you what you wanted, and you're not there for him. So, man, I think it's just, it's a shame that we have to deal with that with some writers, man. I just kind of take it all in stride. They want blood and guts, but at the end of the day, it's our lives on the line, not theirs.
Talk to him, Shay.